Okay, so this is what we reached last time, and what we want to do first now is to add an overlap event, which means that when the player goes near the door will open automatically, and when the player leaves the vicinity of the door will close automatically as well. And this is an example of how we build our programs from very simple key presses to adding animations to adding more and more things to it until it looks the way we want it to look. So let's get on with this. Now, the first thing we want to do is add the area of collision, or the area of overlap. And this requires like an empty box. And the easiest way to do that is that in the components panel here, I will go to viewport just for this to be more obvious. Let me adjust this, adjust the view. Yeah. Okay, so I want to add an overlap area, and this is called a collision box. Okay, so it's an empty box. So I'm going to write here collision, or a box collision. There it is. You can add other shapes, but for this, it's the easiest thing to do is add a box collision. Okay, so I'll call this door trigger, for example. Okay, which means it triggers the blueprint. This is what triggers the blueprint. When the player goes inside this box, it triggers the blueprint. Okay, the next step is to position this thing. So we'll position it the way we showed you before. Going to make it bigger than the door in all directions. Sorry. Okay, so it will completely encapsulate the door, and the most important part is the x-axis. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so now as soon as the player sets foot inside this box, it will trigger our animation. Okay, so that's done. And now we need our triggers. Now, these box collisions have a nice thing that we can activate from here. If you scroll down the details panel all the way down, you will find the events. Now, this asks you, what do you want to do? So you have on component hit, on component begin overlap, and so on. Okay, and what we want is the overlap event here. So when the player overlaps this object, something will happen. When the player ends the overlap, so the player leaves this object, something will be triggered. And this is what we want to add. So I'm going to add one here, and as you can see, it adds a node automatically. I'll go back, I'll select it, and add an end overlap event as well. Okay, so now I have both. One will replace the C button, and one will replace the X button. Okay, so let's just do that then. Let's just replace this. So delete that and replace it with this, and get rid of this and replace it with that, and should be done. So let's compile this and save it and go back to our game, play it, and let's have a look if this works or not. Yep, that's it. It works. That's about it. So this is how easy it is with these built-in functions in Unreal Engine to create animations of the sort. Okay, so the next step is to add a sound to these events, and this is pretty easy as well. You don't have to do sorry, it was testing. You don't have to do much here. All you have to do is basically play sound. So from here you just go play sound, and it will give you a node called play sound 2D. And using this, you basically just connect the begin overlap to it, and select the sound that you want. So I don't know what sounds I have. You can upload your own sounds. Let's write open here and see what we have. Let's have, yeah, that's good. Not really good, but whatever. This is what we have. Bye. يا سلام. يا زين. هذا وينه؟ اوه. يا زين. Okay, so I'll choose this. And I'll add another one. So I'll duplicate this, Control D to duplicate. And just connect it in between. Now I'll write close. Hopefully I'll find a matching sound. So close. Ya salam. بس هاي زين. Okay, so that's it basically. So compile and save, and go here, play, and now I don't know if you can hear the sound or not. I don't know if it's recording the desktop sound or not, but you know, if it's not, just add it and you will hear it on your own computer. Ya salam. Okay, so there you go.